Right, I'm playing in Hikaru's Viewer Arena Random tournament, which is just about to start. So this is Chess960, 30 seconds to go, but it's actually 3 minutes with a 2-second increment, so you need to think of it more like a 5-minute game and play a little bit slower than a regular 3-minute blitz game. So I've got to try and slow down a little bit here compared to what I would normally do. Let's hope we have a good arena. Good luck to everybody. We're getting ready to start. Alright, 2023, good luck. Kings here. Now these are actually normal on this side. Yeah, I agree with that, release the bishop. So I'm going to just play a knight up. Just challenge that bishop. Okay, castle. Let's play up. Oh, I've blundered there. I have to take the bishop if he takes. So take. So let's go forward. Okay, takes that as well. Well, this is not a promising start, is it? Very careless moves. Why didn't I take that knight back? No, I thought I'd blundered for some reason there and I hadn't. Oh wow, I thought I'd actually blundered a piece and I hadn't. I could have taken it back. Well, that's my eyesight. Okay. Yeah, I've completely messed this one up, of course. Let's just take. Oh, I could have just taken the piece back at just my eyesight there. Very poor. So he plays up, so I've got bishop in. He can't really take back because I forked the 2 pieces and I'm covering the mate threat. I could grab the knight and then queen takes pawn, looks interesting. Take, bishop takes, queen takes. Or I can just push up and hit the knight. No, his knight comes forward. It feels like I should take. But if he's got knight takes, I can take the rook. Then I can maybe take the other rook. Okay. So if I push knight forward, I guess I play knight up here. Okay, there is a threat here. Pawn up. Queen takes, I don't think is checkmate. Let's push up. I don't see anything else. But I don't think this actually checkmates after knight takes, bishop takes a step. I don't think it actually mates. I might be wrong, it might do. If the bishop drops back, he comes knight forward, so clearly I can't take. Ooh. If I take the bishop, he takes the knight I can't take back, so... I've got to play up there. I've just played very poorly this game, haven't I? Yeah, well done. I just played a shocker of a game there, not to worry. That was just a dreadful blunder in the start when I could have taken the piece back. I played the right bit and then just inexplicably forgot about it. Okay, the king's over here, the queen's side is on the right as we look. So I'm just going to bring the 2 knights up this way. So knight up to hit the pawn. Preparing to possibly go forward, otherwise maybe just the other knight up. He plays knight up, hits the pawn. I'll just bring the other knight up. Now there is a potential for knight coming in here. I guess I'm the other knight coming in. So I'm going to go forward and hit the pawn. That's what I meant about he has potential this side as well. Hold on, what's happened here? My opponent's showing a red flag there, offline. And he comes back on. Okay, let's hope this is okay and genuine. So I guess I've got pawn up to kick the knight. I've got pawn up here to hit the knight. Takes. I don't really want rook across, so pawn up. If knight in, I think just queen up, and then the knight's not getting back out. So I'll take. Okay, this has got to be good for me. Get a knight. Oh, he's just gone very symmetrical. Everything is symmetrical. Just developing castle and then worry about the rest of the game once that's done. Now for castle and he takes, I can play up and potentially trap the bishop, but I don't like the look of that. I'll just play up and look to castle. Oh, I should have been going on this open file, of course. I've given him half a chance here, which I shouldn't have done. Shouldn't have played it like this, but not to worry. Yeah, he castles as well, so rook across, he's just going to do the same thing. So I want some variety. I'm going to try and edge forward and then try and push a pawn up. Again, he's just trying to mirror my moves. So it's going to be hard to trick him. Let's put bishop on the diagonal. I wonder if he'll do the same. He will. He's just trying to mirror exactly what I'm doing. So rook onto file, and if he plays rook over, I can maybe play rook here. But now I get the opportunity to undouble my pawns. So I've got bishop up. I don't want to take there. So let's hit the rook. Now which pawn do I go with? Which one do I go with? My gut feeling. What did he resign for? Oh, he got a perfectly playable position there. Now 2196 again, this is a very strong player. What do we want to do? Let's go forward. We'll be clearly rated comfortably above this in blitz and bullet. Okay. No, I'm taking a bit of a risk here. I'm looking to take back with a bishop if I can. So now, okay, gambiting a pawn. I just need to move the queen and I can castle. Shift the queen and I can castle. Plays knight up. So queen up, preparing to castle. Can't really stop the knight jumping in. Okay, I've got bishop check. Knight takes, queen takes. He'll have to block with a knight. Okay, let's just castle. Okay. I think I'm going to bring the bishop up. Okay, now I thought I could pin the knight. I'm not sure though. Takes, he gets bishop up. No, that's no good. If I drop back, he can potentially push, so I'm going to tempt him here, see if he does. So I'll play up. Oh god, the fawn, I don't believe it. I'm going to have to go and pause the tournament. I'm not sure how I do it, but I'm going to have to go and get that phone call. I'm not sure how I actually pause here. Yeah, I might have to resign this game. I need to get that phone call. How do I actually pause the tournament though? I don't know how I actually pause. Okay. I'm gonna go a bit crazy here. See, I need to disappear and go and get that, make a return phone call. So how do I actually, when the game finishes, I don't know if you can actually click pause, for instance. I don't know how it actually works, so I'm gonna take there, but I can't afford to dilly and dally and use up the whole time here. Okay, so have I got rook up here? Gets knight across. He's played knight back. Okay. Let's go forward. Knight comes in. Yeah, I'm just going to have to bail out here. I've got to go and deal with the phone. It's a bit unfortunate. I've been enjoying this, so hopefully it'll allow me to pause and I can then come back. I hope it'll let me do that after this game. I'm not really concentrating on this game now. I just need to go to the phone. Could have been a very interesting game, this one. Could have been very interesting. So I hope when this game is over it gives me an option to click pause and then to come back to it. So he plays knight up, so obviously I've got an option to take. I'm just going to have to do it. I don't really have time not to. Can't push up. So I guess knight back. He plays forward. Who can I play up? Now we've got knight back potentially. Let's play rook up. Oh, he can just take now. I've blundered the knight. He can just play bishop takes, I think. Although when I take back, I pin his rook though. Yeah, not good. I'm just going to take there. See, I don't have time. I'm just going to resign it, actually. I don't have time to deal with this. So can I click close the game and not click next game? Hopefully that's paused. Right, I can now click next game. I've just dealt with my phone call, so I had to walk away from that last game I played. 2107, good luck. King's here, kingside is the left. This is the bishop to move, and then we can castle. Pawn up is playable, but I'm not going to do that. Let's bring knight up. Let's just go gentle, release the bishop so I can try and castle, but actually I need the queen out, don't I? The queen's rather stuck. Let's go forward and look to trade a knight. Now I'm going to drop the queen right back. I don't know if it's actually any good enough, but I just want to get the bishop up and castle. And then worry about getting the other bishop out. Okay, let's try and gain some space. Bishop up. If he hits the queen, my bishop's still protected, so it's not a drastic issue. So maybe I can take here if he grabs the bishop. So if I take, rook up, queen check, king up actually doesn't work. So I'll have to take. Now clearly I can't push up there, so knight up. Yeah, what a disaster this has been so far. What a time to phone. Yeah, I'm just kind of playing garbage, aren't I? I'm just not really concentrating at all. Yeah, I'm just not concentrating here. Okay, let's play bishop up. Bishop goes back, so bishop back. I need to obviously run the king over, but it's a lot of moves I need to make. So I was looking at playing forward there, but don't think it really necessarily does much. I'm going to just play pawn up to release the rook and sidestep here. Sidestep. He can actually castle there, by the way. He can castle, so maybe I should have played bishop in. Plays queen up now. So rook across. And what do I do with my other rook? He has now castled, so bishop up. Yeah, not a lot realistically I can do here, but I'm going to go forward and swing the rook over. Right, he's got rook across, so what can I do? I can't very well drop back. Yeah, it's just been a disaster event, hasn't it? No, I'll just resign that one as well. I can't be bothered with it now after that. Right, 12:35, good luck. Now let's release a bishop. The king is here, kingside is on the right as I look. Now, is it hanging if I play up 2? There's a pawn hanging there, I've seen that. But is this a problem? My king's all the way over here, so there shouldn't be an urgent mate attack. So grab the pawn, hit the rook. Okay, release the knight. Now I'm going to play up 1 here and up here to try and close the diagonal. Now I could actually potentially take there, but I want to play the pawn at first. Now I will take the knight if I get a chance, and I do. So I'll take that. I'm going to play a queen up, threatening moves like knight forward. I could potentially play a knight across and actually castle kingside. It is a potential, but don't know how good it is. No, I've got knight forward here. Now what's he got? He's got queen there, so maybe knight here. But knight here, queen there, and I can trade the queens. It's still got to be good for me. If he goes there, I've got a check. So he goes in the light square, I can just trade the queens. I think that's fine. Okay, he's allowed me to go in. He can't actually take the knight there because it's pinned. He can if I move my queen up though. Let's just play a knight up. But now it means he can't bring his queen across. But I'm not necessarily breaking through either. So let's castle. He still can't take the knight. I'm hitting a pawn now though. So he's played bishop up, that's a good move. I think I'm going to have to push a pawn forward here, and then if he pushes, what do I have? Not a lot, not a lot. So it's time to bail the knight out now. So I'm going to bring the knight here, potentially back, potentially offer the queen trade. If he pushes now, I can just take and hit the queen. So take and hit the queen. And then maybe I can run forward. Ah, he's giving me a tempo to get the knight back now. And then maybe shove the knight in over. Maybe he can just grab there. And we'll just trade off. Okay, he doesn't. So I like the look of knight in here. Doesn't necessarily do much though. Takes, takes, and he can still actually take. So let's play a rook across. Now I'm threatening potentially. Ooh. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Knight over. Knight over is definitely playable now. Takes, takes. I've got to be doing well here, surely. He's really opened his king up. I need to slow down a tiny bit and use my time wisely. Now that's a free pawn, so I can take it with a check. He can't go there, so he has to go there. Then I can drop back and trade queens, so I'm going to do that. Or I can even just go back where I was. So I can go back here, trade queens, but he gets to take there, so I'm going to go back here. Try and keep this solid. Now I just need to activate this knight. Okay, double the rooks up. So he resigned, so I actually got a win. Oh, Hikaru himself is actually playing in this now. 22-26, good luck. Now we just have to move this second rook somewhere and we can castle kingside. Let's play bishop up. I'll try and gain some centre space. Obviously if I push there he can simply counter. Maybe, is it worth thinking of sacking a pawn? I'm not sure it is. He comes up, so he's pressing me to go forward, so I'm going to do that. I think I pretty well have to. He's got bishop up. I think I can just play knight up. So I'm going to bring a knight up, then maybe bishop up. Just looks logical. Okay, knight in is covered. Let's bring bishop up here just in case he wants to go there. And once the knight moves I can castle. But he hasn't done any kingside development at all yet. Won't necessarily cost him in the long run, of course. If you don't win quickly then won't necessarily cost him. But I'm threatening pawn up with a hit on the pawn. Oh, I've got to take that. Surely that's good for me. Pawn up to threaten the pawn. If he comes forward, maybe I can jump the knight around. Again, maybe he's not necessarily actually doing a great deal. Yeah, that's what he plays. So I've got knight across and knight in. At least it's a nuisance against the queen. But then he gets knight up and we kind of trade off. Actually, I'm going to play rook across and just prepare the castle. Oh, now I am going to go for it, so he's put his bishop there. So hit the queen and jump in. Then we're going to hit that bishop. Right, so jump in, pressure on the bishop. Prepare the castle, of course. So I can take, and he gets to take with the queen. Okay, I'm just going to castle then. Alright, so now I've got the choice to make, to take or not to take. I think I probably should, so I will. But he really needs to go with queen, otherwise his pawn hangs if he goes with the knight. But my pawn's hanging as well. And I might not be able to actually stop that. So I might have to just play knight across and allow him to gain the pawn. He goes with a knight, so he's giving me the option of the pawn, but then he's going to take back here. So gain a pawn. Knight takes. Maybe take the bishop is interesting there. If he goes with a knight, can I take? Or he just goes with the bishop. Okay, so he's hitting the rook. I'm just going to drop the rook back. I don't think he'll take the bishop, but you never know. If he does, I'll just use the opportunity to develop the knight. He doesn't. Rook across is not quite a move. So I guess knight over now. Challenge that knight. He goes back. Now where do I want the rook? I can go forward. I'm just going to shuffle over one. There's always a potential for a sack. Okay. So knight forward, he just takes. Pawn up is interesting to hit the knight. I can maybe go out wide. So let's push up. Castles. So forward. He's unwound now though. Now he's unwound a bit, he should be okay. I haven't managed to break through in the way that I wanted. Take, take, take is still interesting though. And he has to really play a rook up. But I don't see the breakthrough after that. Maybe knight up, rook across, knight in. We're just having fun, aren't we? Let's just go for it, why not? We're just having fun in an online tournament, let's go for it. Oh, I'm dropping my knight though. Oh, he doesn't take back. He hits the rook instead. Gain a pawn, lose a rook. I think I have to drop back there. So again, can I potentially get knight forward and sack at some point? I don't think I can. So I'm just going to shuffle the knight across here. And I might as well chuck the pawns up the board. Okay, let's go up one. Guard the knight coming in. Gives my knight a potential outpost. Plays rook up, so I can play knight there or bishop there. Now is he going to sack? I don't know. Of course, if I lose my last rook, then I'm going to be in difficulty because I am an exchange down now after that sacrifice. I've got queen check, but there's no way to really break through, so he's got a very, very solid back rank. He just pushes forward, so I'm going to have to try and gain some space. I just don't see what else I've got, but if my queen wanders forward, I suspect it won't get back, but if I take, then it's extra protection for the pawn. But once he gets along, gets my rook off, then I'm in trouble. Now, have I got a check there? I have. I've got a queen check here. I have got one there. It's not doing any good, is it? Check. I still can't take. Oh, the clock. I haven't looked at the clock. Oh, actually, have I given him this? I have. I've given him a checkmate in two. I won't even let him play it through. Terrible. Terrible. Right, 977, good luck. So my king's here, kingside is the left as we look. So just release the bishop and then try and push. I want to release the other bishop as well, but let's go forward. Okay, he's given me a bishop check, so I might as well play it. Pawn up is a little bit risky, but I think I need to try and get some center ground. So just drop back and bring the knight up. Let's just bring the bishop up just in case he takes. I don't think he will, but you never know. Oh, he's moved his king. He might have thought he could castle there. Hasn't quite got the space for that. I can castle now. Right, now I'm going to, so that's castled. I can always jump a knight in front of the pawns. Okay, now I'm going to play the knight forward, but where does it want to go? Actually, let's play pawn forward to try and stop him jumping in here easily, and then throw the other pawn forward. Oh, that's weakening his position, so I can grab a pawn here. But if I take and he blocks with the queen, I can't actually grab the rook. But a pawn is still a pawn. And I could always take here next. I can just trade queens and... It's not actually winning yet though. He does play a queen up, so I'll just trade and then bring the knight in. Okay. I'm going to throw in another check. He could block with the knight or the rook, or he can step the king back. He blocks with the knight. Actually, let's play rook across. We're threatening a discovered check there. And that knight is actually pinned, so he can't take me back. Okay, so I take and his bishop is pinned. I'm just going to play the knight across. So he can take, actually no, he can't take me, his knight's still pinned, that's right. So I'm going to give up the bishop. I'm going to play a rook up and try and calmly double the rooks up. Okay. So I've got a knight check and he can't go on this file, so he has to go there. Knight check, he has to go there. So let's go forward. It's not actually winning this either, you know, he can step up there, it looks reasonably safe. So I'm just going to calmly drop the rook back in case I need to drop the knight back. Again, he shouldn't take this pawn because he opens a file to his king. He plays rook across. So I'm going to drop back and try and grab a pawn. Okay, well that's actually a double check. So I can go here and hit the rook because it's a twin check. So now I'll take. Yeah, he takes correctly, so I think I'll play the knight forward now, hit the pawn. Pre-move in case he takes. Actually, I won't. I'm threatening a check to get his bishop off the board, and I'm still threatening that, so I'm going to play that. It's got to be right to simplify now. So just take. The only issue I've got, of course, potentially now is a back rank mate. I just need to throw a pawn up at some point in time. In fact, it looks cleanest just to get his rook off the board, take away the last risky piece. Or it should be the last risky piece. Right, so now if he takes, I can safely take back. Just rook up. Played very well for his rating though, he's put in a very respectable performance. You know, I can just run up the board, I can always sack a rook for a pawn if I had to for some reason. There's no way he can win this now. Let's just push up. If he pushes I can just safely take, he can kick me onto a dark square, but there's nothing more he can do now. Very valiant effort though, for his rating level, very valiant effort. Actually, the one thing I've got to do now is make sure I don't give him a stalemate, because his rook is half trapped there, so... His king is half trapped, I mean, so I'm going to bring the rook behind so the king's got lots of space to go. Just push the pawn. Okay, I got a win there. Well played, boy. Did very, very well for his rating level. Well done. 1757, good luck. Kingside is on the right as we look, but the two bishops are there, so it's probably queenside castling. G3 and F4, they're likely starting moves just because of the both bishops being there. Bishop up, and he's got knight up, I guess. Okay, is that knight a nuisance? I'll take it if it comes in. Is it a nuisance there? Possibly. Possibly. So let's bring the knight here. So if he jumps in, I can always have the option to take. I've got the option to go in as well, like my opponent has. When the king is surrounded like this, there's a potential for a smothered mate, but bishop up and we can just castle. Okay. I'm just going to play a bishop up and line up castling. Once castling is done, I'll start attacking. Right, that's done. My opponent might actually be looking at the same idea here. Yeah, he does indeed. I think now, knight forward. Actually, do I want to go with the f-pawn? Yeah, I think I probably do if he takes. I don't think he will, but let's just see. Plays queen across. Right, get the queen over just so it's off this pin. Okay. I think I can take that, can't I? I can certainly take the knight and then grab the pawn. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So knight over, and again it's still got a natural square, but it's very difficult to find a way to break through here. He goes back. Let's just bring the knight across just so it's got the potential for the natural square. Maybe bishop up. I'm going to play pawn up so I've got the potential for pawn up as well. He plays up, so he's giving me bishop up. I like the look of that. Yeah, let's go with pawn, just so it supports the structure. Now knight forward is playable. Okay, he hits the pawn. So I guess queen up to support this, and then knight forward. Okay. Now I'm going to go forward. Plays up, so I'll go forward again. But knight in, he's got an early f6 if he needs it, but then it weakens his structure. Oh, now he's given me the tempo to hit the queen, so I can potentially jump across and hit the pawn here. There's also a potential for a check. I guess king up is playable. He goes back. Okay, so I'm just going to go forward and open the position up. Okay, now do I sack an exchange just for the fun of it? No, it doesn't seem right, does it? I like the idea of pawn up. He's got no knight check, right? Let's go up. There's always a potential for a discovery here, the knight to hit something important, but I don't think it does. Oh, he plays pawn up, hits the knight. Okay. Okay, I thought I could drop back here. There's no actual check, but the knight can easily retreat. I can still take or take the bishop with a check if I need to. So he's hitting the pawn. So I might actually need to. Now let's take the knight. Now I'm going to get the bishop here. So it temporarily wins a pawn. But do I take with a rook? I can take with a rook, but he just takes the knight back. So I've got to go this way. Now my instincts are to double up there, even if I lose a pawn. Actually, is it that good? Is it that good? I've got to do something about the rooks. I think I have to. A rook takes. I need a square for my queen. I can maybe triple up. Right, so I'm going to triple up. So now 3 attack and 2 defend. So there is a threat on the pawn. So does he go back and defend it? Then I'll grab the pawn maybe. He goes back but not to defend it. So I can grab the pawn now. So it must be right to take. Okay, so check, up is forced, check, up is forced, check, down is forced, check, down is forced. I have to be careful here, because if it's not a forced win, it could turn into a loss. Oh, I can trade the queen off. I can get rid of the queen here. I'm just going to get rid of the queen, and I get a check, and I can then grab a pawn. Just check and take. Yeah, this is definitely one now. There's definitely no stalemate. So that's a good win. Well played. How many games have they played? 9 out of 9, 8 out of 8. Obviously I had to take a break though to deal with my phone call. Now we just need knight up and we can castle, so I'll play that first. Alright, I'll just get castled. Now I can worry about everything else. Yeah, I agree with that, so there's potential to go forward. I'm just going to play up there because the bishop's not coming out there. Okay, so I blundered an exchange, but not to worry. Against a 900 as well, so he's clearly higher rated than that to see that quickly. Okay, I guess I'll just play a bishop up and prepare to push. I could have jumped in with the knight. Actually, I'll do it now. He's meant to castle there, and he hasn't done it right. I think he's just meant to castle, and he's just executed the move wrong. So now go forward. Makes sense to take with a bishop here to put pressure on the king. Assuming he takes. He comes forward. Okay, so I'll go up and look to trade off. It's actually a nasty potential trade here. Queen takes, then bishop behind, and then you're going to go in. That's a good move, so I could gamble. Actually, it's not really that risky, is it? Gain a pawn, lose a knight. Yeah, no, I can still play it. I can still play this because my queen supports the diagonal. So whichever he takes, I'm alright. So he takes. So take. If he takes, Oh, well, that just blunders a piece because I can take back now. So it's the same threat, bishop up, going after the king. It's a complex position. He's just walked into a self-pin there. It's a complex position for a player of that rating level, so it's not a surprise, but no, he's done very well on the whole. He's very, very well, above what you'd expect for his rating level. So he takes. I'll just actually take with a knight. I can just sack the rook if I need to, of course, if it gets into trouble. Just resign. So I might get one more game in. There's 7 minutes left. It would have been better with 3-0 really, wouldn't it, instead of 3-2, with it being a fixed hour. Just so you know, every game has got a fixed time limit. Oh, 2061, good luck. A lot of players are very underrated in Chess960. I'd be surprised if he's not comfortably higher than that. Okay, just play up one to cover this square. I don't think there's anything hanging. Now release this bishop. So he plays forward, so up. He'd probably advance there, I guess. If he advances though, I get a bishop check. Oh, he's going to have to push and sack here, I think. There's no way to block that. If he takes here, I can conveniently drop the knight back. Of course, if that knight moves, then there is potential to go forward at some point. He's still reasonable in defence, but yeah, he does, so I'll drop back. So I guess he's got bishop up, and what have I got? I think I'll just play up, hit the bishop and take. Then when the queen moves, I can castle kingside. So queen up and I can castle. Oops. He's gone the other side. In that case, I'm going to make it interesting and deliberately go on the opposite side. Just to make it an interesting game. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I'm going to do it. So he comes in, so the natural move, I guess, is to drop back. The knight can't attack the queen when they're 3 squares apart. So, I guess, knight forward to offer a trade of knights. Releases my rook. Pressure on the pawn. How do I unleash it? I can grab another pawn. He definitely wants me to take that. He wants me to do that. So I think, I might have to actually. I might have to take here. I'm going to take him up on this challenge. I might have to do this. Well, I can't go there. Can't go there. So I've got to go right back. But if I hadn't have taken there, he could have just shoved it right down the board. So I want to. I don't really want to open this either, do I? I could easily be in trouble here. That bishop, so powerful. That was a mistake, me taking there. Yeah, that was a mistake. So that's exactly what he's doing. He's opening the diagonal. I'm going to have to go with the pawn to try and open this. There's no knight check. There is a rook check though. Takes, and then he gets a knight discovery somehow. But the knight doesn't hit the queen. That's what I'm banking on. So he's got this, this, and then the knight's somewhere. I know he's going for it. So he obviously... Oh, it does win. It does win. It does win. I have to go. I'll just give him it. That's a disgusting game, isn't it? That's a dreadful game. Right, 1637, good luck. Now again, we just have to move this rook and we can castle. I'll try and take 2 squares there instead of 1. Let's play a knight up. This will be the last game, I would think. There's only 3 or so minutes left. Don't really want to take there, so I'm going to drop back. And I probably should have done. Okay, I will take there. Well, let's stop this knight jumping forward and release the potential for this knight to come up. So I'm going to do that now. If he takes, my bishop gets on a nice diagonal. Comes forward. Logical. Again, you've got to be very, very wary of self-mates in these positions, especially if my queen wanders off. This is dangerous. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. He wants more. He wants more. Surely this is okay, right? I've got bishop up. I can play a bishop here and back, but then there's potential here. Oh no, he's threatening a checkmate. That's just simply a checkmate threat. He was threatening a smothered mate, of course he was. So I have to take. I don't really want a repetition. So I'm going to go forward. Ooh, what have I done? What have I done? Well, I've just gifted him the win. Gifted him the win. There's got to be a win for him there somewhere, hasn't there? There has to be. I don't think this is possible to survive. King across, bishop check. Can't really block it. King across, bishop check. Well, I've got to go for it. There's 1 minute left, so I could actually be mean here and just refuse to make a move. So king up. He's got a bishop check. Knight can't really block. I'm going to have to just hold it here, aren't I, and just not move again. I think that's my only move, looking at the position. And after check, well, okay, I can go here. The immediate mate is covered, right? Oh, if I go there, does he actually have an immediate win anyway? He has a mate in 2, doesn't he? He does. If I go there, he's got queen check, king up is forced, and it's checkmate, so I just can't make a move then. Yeah, I had to let the game end. Terrible tournament, terrible. What have I done in the end? I might as well have a look at where I was, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Not good. That phone call I had early on though threw me completely. I had to go and deal with that. What's that, 5 out of 10? I didn't realise I'd even played 10 games, but that's very, very poor.